Welcome back to a new video. This is my training session from Friday, and I was feeling pretty good physically going this day. My back is feeling better each day. I worked on it a lot before I started doing this training session. We had a snow day at school on this day, so I was able to kind of relax all day as well, which is also a big benefit. And I took some ibuprofen before training just to make sure everything was feeling as good as it possibly could before going to session. For some of these muscle snatches, I was trying to do doubles there where I was bringing the bar down because that was something that was uncomfortable a day or two ago when I was trying to do reps, and it was something that it just felt off. And same with like unracking the bar for back squats, like that motion, that like little bit of a squat where you're pitched forward a little bit is something that made my back feel a little achy. But I spent a lot of time warming up, and then you see this 80 here. Didn't have any discomfort with any of those muscle snatches, which is really good. So then moved on to doing some normal snatches and was trying to do some reps here, sitting at the bottom just to really feel it out. Now, because my back's been feeling better, I'm noticing other things or other aches and pains, as one does when anyone lifts weights for any amount of time. And the other big ache that I have right now is kind of my IT band / hip area on the right side. So on basically all my lifts, you'll kind of notice my hips kind of shifting, even at this angle, kind of shifting over to the left side. And so that's something that I'm aware of and something that I'm trying to work on. The one accessory that I think will be good, well, there's a couple different accessories. So the hip circles, so the band around the hips, but two other accessories that will increase the load that I'm able to put in that area to hopefully, increase muscle mass and balance it out a little bit more, are just leg extensions. So that's obviously something that's going to work that area a little bit as well. But also the leg press, which I did in the next session. So this is from Friday. On Saturday, I did it at the end of that session. And leg press for me doesn't really work my quad specifically, but because of range of motion is kind of like a quarter squat, just because my legs will just hit my torso. There's only so much range of motion. It kind of does work the hips and the outside of the legs a little bit more, at least the way that, or at least with my experience of doing them, whether it's from the exact leg press I'm using, from the way I'm built, or just how it feels for me. But I kind of want to keep adding those in just as kind of like a loaded hip accessory. And obviously things like hip abduction, which I think it's called now. I always thought it was adduction because you're adding to the angle, but abduction is where you are pushing your foot away from your body towards the side, and I guess abduction because your abductor muscles are bringing them back in. I don't know. Or adduction is bringing them back in. I'm even doing it wrong there. But anywho, as you saw, I was able to get up to 120, which I was really surprised about. My goal was to be able to get up to at least 115, but 115 felt really good. So I went up to that 120, and 120 even felt good. And part of me wanted to go up, but I'm glad I didn't looking at it, because actually like the lockout looked pretty decent, but the hip shift over to the side probably would have felt rather unpleasant to deal with, because when my hip is shifting like that, it means my IT band is kind of hurting. So there's something that I need to be aware of. And for clean and jerks, didn't really bother me too much. Like for the actual weightlifting movements, it doesn't bother me too much with them, but it is something that I'm seeing like that shift over. So it's my body compensating over to that left side to avoid that. But I was able to take this big jump here. This 140 is what tweaked my back before, and on this day felt really good. The clean felt pretty routine. Obviously I had to double bounce it there, but that was more at an abundance of caution because I wanted to make sure my back was super tight and just making sure that I was in the correct position before trying to stand it up. And it was heavy because I haven't been able to get up to that since that other day. For this 150, I was able to catch the bounce there. The jerk wasn't the best, but it's also the most I've done since last week, or since tweaking my back or whatever. So I'm excited about that. And then back squats were interesting. So I was able to do more than the last time. I was able to go 70 to 110 to 140 to 170. And when I unracked 200, I didn't have any discomfort, but when I was standing there, I felt my back slightly. And so you'll see in the video, I just immediately drop it just to make sure that there isn't going to be anything. Like, I'm not going to try to do a rep when I feel that discomfort or feel that like, I don't know, that like crampy-esque feeling. So just out of an abundance of caution with that. Speed on my reps I'm really happy with, despite my IT band kind of being bothered by them and my apprehension with my back. But you see here, as I get ready to do the rep, then I go nope, and then I just yeet it off my back, which is the cautious thing to do. But as you see in the next session on Saturday, I'm able to improve upon that back squat surprisingly. And then here I did some snatch pulls. And I believe at the end of the session I did a bunch of leg extensions, leg curls, and I don't think I did other ones, but I went really hard on the leg extensions, which actually felt really good. So I kind of am thinking about like when I go back to the AI, which will probably actually honestly be Monday based on my progress, how I want to approach accessories, because I think I'll probably just ignore the accessories or put the accessories on the program to 0 and then just add in the stuff that I do. So like hack squat I want to keep adding in, leg press I want to keep adding in, the leg extension, leg curl I want to continue to add in, pull ups I want to add. I haven't done those in a couple days, but I want to continue to do pull ups, pull downs with the machine, a lot of like big body accessory movements that are getting a lot of bang for your buck, and just to kind of improve at those to kind of use them as accessories of course, but to use them to build muscle to help with the main lifts, I guess is the point of it, but also to kind of work through different aches and pains as well. So just have them targeted a little bit more towards my needs. But that's it for this one. So really positive Friday session on this day and another step in a positive direction. So hopefully Monday I'm going to be training normal to the AI and be back to just completely normal training. But that's it for this one. I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.